What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Bento Boxcast. We're here once again, just like every Friday. This Friday, well, this is release Friday, so if you are listening to it on the release day, it's Friday, right?
Very true.
Yes. As always, I am one of your hosts, Rafa, and as always, by my side is the most hectic Hector they ever hectored around. Hector, say hi to the beautiful people.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Oh man, we have a great show today for sure, hands down. Action packed, left and right. So much
hmm
stuff to talk about. Okay, like just guaranteed. Okay, it's gonna be a great show. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We have certain topics that were suggested to us by some of our
Ooh.
friends slash listeners. So that's something that's a little bit different. So it's gonna be fun to talk about. We have, of course, we have anime swap. We have, of course, anime news. We have so much stuff in store for you guys. So, but before we get into all that stuff, just really quickly, I want to remind you guys to subscribe if you're not subscribed, so you can get notified whenever a new episode comes out here on YouTube. And if you already did subscribe, remember, hit the little bell icon, get that notification when the new episode comes up, and go ahead and comment. Let us know what you guys think about anything we talk about. If there's any anime you guys want us to watch, give our opinion about anything like that, you let us know. There's so many different ways you can get in contact with us, and there's so many ways you can hit us up. Of course, the YouTube comments down below, always. If not that, we got the Twitter, okay, at Bento Boxcast, which is the main Twitter handle. I have my Twitter handle, which is at Me Talk Anime. And of course, Hector has his Twitter handle, which is Ultra underscore V Man. You can hit us up in any of those ways. Let us know what you guys think about what we talked about. Let us know what's your opinion about anything that we talk about here today, or anything that you want. If you just want a shout out, just let us know. Put it down below. We'll go ahead and do that for you. And of course, do not forget, we have a Discord. All right, everybody listening, we have a Discord. Go ahead and join the Discord. Links down below to everything that we're talking about here today. And last but not least, I'm just gonna finish plugging everything in, Hector, before we move on.
Might as
Okay,
well. Might as well.
might as well, right? If you're on the go, if you're super busy, just like all the beautiful listeners, because all these beautiful listeners, Hector, they're busy people. They have a lot of things going on. They're always cashing checks. They're making big money plays, big money moves. All our listeners are, because we only have the best of the best. Only the most smart of the smart people listen to this podcast. Okay, every single one of y'all out there. Okay, I can tell that every single one of our listeners, they know how to use their left and right turn signals. Right? They're not dumb dumbs on the street when they drive. Right? We know you guys are super smart. So, super smart, beautiful listeners out there. If you're on the go, if you're super busy, you cannot sit down and play us on YouTube. Don't worry, we got you covered. We are on Apple Podcast. We're on Spotify. We're on any other platform that's associated with the Anchor account. We're on those right there for you. So if you're too busy, if you guys are on the go, if you're gonna go for a run, for any reason that you cannot sit down and play us on YouTube, we got you on those other platforms. So go ahead and check those out. All right. For me, I use Spotify, but of course we know there's some Apple users out there, and some of you guys out there like to keep it on the ground, keep it on the down low. Of course, you have all the other platforms out there. You guys can check us out on there too. So, whew, that's a lot of plugs, Hector. I think I'm done. I think I'm done.
I'd say
Let
you
me
are
check.
for the most part.
Let me check my plug book list.
Oh,
Plug
you're the
this, plug this.
plug.
Yeah, I'm the plug, dude. I'm the plug, bro.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Okay, okay. I have one more plug, but I don't know if should I do it, Hector? Should I do this plug right here?
I think I know what you're gonna plug, but go for it. I think it's worth. I think it's a good time to plug. I think.
Okay. We'll finish these plugs really quickly so you get onto the good anime stuff. There's a lot of plugs. We have so much going on, guys. We're super busy. That's why. There's so much stuff going on. But anyways, before I get to the last plug that I was talking about, I almost forgot. But because I'm such a great best friend, because I'm always looking out for you, Hector, my man Hector right here, he is a streamer on top of everything else he does. He's an
Oh.
anime podcaster. He's my best friend. Hector, so much going on, so much stuff going on. He's but he's also a Twitch streamer at and it's at ultra_vman. He plays all the fun video games. He plays trying to remember all the games that you play.
I can tell you,
Right.
don't worry.
Go
Valorant,
ahead.
I play. Call of Duty, I play. I haven't played Smite in a bit, but I do play Smite. I play Rainbow Six Siege. I've been playing some Pokemon, so I mean, it's quite an interesting ride.
So, if you guys are looking for some very fun entertainment with, of course, your main man Hector here, go check him out. Ultra_vman on Twitch. Hector is an MLG pro. If not, he's like right there. He's actually really good at video games, unlike me. And speaking of
Oh, I
people who
thank
are
you for
bad at
that.
video games, yeah, no problem, no problem. And speaking of, look at this segue, Hector. And speaking of people who are bad at video games, unlike Hector, last plug. It's the boys over there at GeekJar 3000. That's including myself. Um, so I'm part of this other YouTube channel called GeekJar 3000, where we do gameplay videos, and we also have a podcast called The Playing Pod. That's it. They just called The Playing Pod. They took out the names because I'm there now.
Makes
Um,
sense. I think that's a good idea.
right. See, I was saying The Playing Pod with Alex and John featuring Rafa. Like in a song. When you feature someone.
Yeah.
But I thought that was better, but they just said let's call it playing pop. I'm like, whatever, dude. It's featuring me, but whatever. It's not a big deal. But anyways, guys, if you're looking for a podcast out there that deals with video games, TV shows, movies, anything pop culture that does not, I repeat, that does not relate to anime, because we got the anime on
Hmm.
lockdown here. All right, we're the number one anime podcast on YouTube and all the internets. We got that on lockdown here. Everything else, those boys over there at Geek Jar, the Playing Pod, they got everything else. They handle everything else for you. Okay, we have this podcast coming up. I can tell right now it's going to be action packed. There's a lot going on in the video game news. There's a lot going on the internet news. I don't know if you heard
Ooh.
about what's going on with Boogie 2988 the
I'm gonna be
YouTuber.
honest. I don't watch Boogie, so
Okay, I used to watch Boogie a lot when I
okay.
was young. When I was younger, but this what's happening now. Like, I'm not gonna get into it because I know for a fact that we're gonna talk about this because we were talking about it earlier,
Uh huh.
and this is not really this is an anime podcast, right? It doesn't really deal with what's going on with YouTube, but there's a lot of YouTube drama going around with Boogie right now,
Hmm.
and it's crossing over to like real life stuff, so
Ooh.
it's getting pretty intense.
Okay.
So all I'm gonna say is that Boogie pulled a gun on someone. That's all I'm gonna say.
I've seen the Twitter memes, but guys,
Yeah,
I know hearing this might be wild, and you can definitely catch them over at the Geek Jar Boys podcast, which is the Playing Pod. So you love that full circle right there. Ooh, but actually,
exactly.
funny enough, you said terrible gamers, and I know, guys, I know you guys are here for the anime, but I just gotta say this: Alex is absolute garbo at Pokemon at Mario Sunshine.
Oh my God, he was so bad. He
I
was
watched the
so
video
bad.
and
He
oh
was
my
so
god, I
bad.
was getting tilted
Like,
watching it.
oh my God. Like, okay. Okay, guys, before we get into that and stuff, like, oh man, these guys won't shut the hell up and won't talk about anime. Okay, look, just 1 second. So over there at Geek Shark 2000 on the YouTube channel, like I said, I do videos with those guys too, with Alex and John. So we played Mario Sunshine, right? And that was like in the afternoon, right? So before we did that video, I'm about to give you some insider info on that day, some behind the scenes stuff. So before we did that video, I got around their house like at 10:30, I want to say, in the morning. And I was feeling a little bit I don't want to say tired, but kind of like I gotta be up in the morning, kind of like I wasn't really like I'm not a morning person. Okay, so I was in that hype there, and I was just like, okay, I'm feeling sluggish, like, like, of course I want to be there. We're gonna podcast, we're gonna make videos. It's gonna be fun, but at the same time, I still needed that boost, right? I still needed that little charge of energy. So before I went to their house, I picked up a can of like the Starbucks coffee,
Big
you
yuck,
know?
but okay.
Okay, oh, okay, that's not a yuck, but whatever. It's like that energy. It's like coffee, but it's like an energy drink. I don't even know what it's called. It's like double shot or
Oh, I
something like
thought you
that,
meant like
right?
those weird ones, like the frappuccinos that you're supposed to put in the refrigerator and then shake, which I recently just learned about. But anyway, that's besides the point. Okay, go ahead.
No, no, it's in a can, and it's just like, oh, there's like double shot energy
Hmm.
Starbucks or whatever, right? It's like one
I've
of
seen
those. It's
those,
like a
yeah.
coffee energy, right? So I grabbed one, and I was like, okay, well I need energy, so I popped it open and I chugged it. I put that dude down my throat. I opened up my, I was like, bloop, bloop, like that. It was gone in 2 seconds.
Jesus, dude, that is
I chugged it like I opened up my esophagus and it just
all
ran down
right.
like a waterfall.
Just gonna run right
Okay.
through it. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I get there, I'm hyped. I got the sugar shakes. I'm ready to go. Right? We podcast, we have a good time, whatever. We take a break. We eat Chipotle, good time. Watch a little bit of anime on the side. It was great. Well, we're having a great time. So then we finally get around to doing the Mars Sunshine video. And what do you know it? My energy starts dropping like rocks. I'm just like, oh man, I feel like complete dog doo doo right now. Like I was like, it's like I was just drained of energy. I just got like so tired, and I'm sitting there and like, and you can. The thing is, like, guys, if you do see the video, it's only like 10 minutes of footage that John used. I think like 15 minutes of footage. We were there for over an hour
Yeah.
recording that video. So like, that was me losing energy for over an hour, and at the same time watching Alex just the worst gameplay I've ever seen playing Mario Sunshine. And the thing is like, this is the thing, Hector.
Hmm.
I feel like at the beginning, like he was just bad,
Yeah.
you know, and then he realized that it was bothering me. So then he started playing even worse on purpose
I wouldn't put it past him. That sounds like an Alex thing to
to
do.
get me even more mad. So I'm there. I'm low energy. I'm getting cranky because I'm low energy. 'Cause I want to take a nap. I want to close my eyes. So then on top of that, I'm like, no, I gotta keep my eyes open. I gotta stay focused on the video. And what do I have to see? Alex is screwing up left and right in Mario Sunshine. So I'm just getting mad. I'm getting cranky. Like I was just that was really my reactions, and then what you guys saw there, like I was dying. Like there was one point I literally looked like my soul left my body. Like I was like legit. I was like done. I was so done. Like I literally I once we finished the video, I literally left. Like not even like 10 minutes later. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm tired. So
Yeah. No exaggeration, guys. Rafa quite literally left the room they were playing in.
oh
Uh,
my that was oh
so
my God. He was right there. He was right
yeah,
there.
I
And then
will
of
say
course
though
it's
that trick shot
oh
was hilarious. So guys, if you're interested in this video, because trust me, it was a good one. Go check
it
it
was a
out.
funny video.
Go
I'm
definitely
not
check it
gonna
out.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna deny that. It was a funny video. And if you guys want to see me get angry, go ahead. It's right
That's the
there.
move right there.
Yeah. But anyway, shout out to them. We have gameplay videos come out every week, and we also have the podcast that comes out every Monday. So an awesome way to start off the week with the playing pod on Mondays, and of course ending the work week, ending the school week with the Bento Box, which is here today
Yes,
on this
sir.
beautiful Friday. So awesome. So moving on from all the intros and all that goofiness we were just talking about, let's go ahead and move on. Now, this you really want to talk about this, Hector? Let me double check with you.
The beginning part, like the
We have a friend of ours who suggested us a topic. Yeah,
um
well, let's go. Let's go
you know
ahead. Let's
what
go
I
ahead. Let's
do,
just
and because here's the reason why. Because in
okay.
the play-in pod, the most recent one that came out, also something was said that I fully agree with you, and there was a moment that had me rolling. So let me explain, guys. Our good friend, I'd probably say right up there with Josue fan Pedro decided to say, "Hey, I need you guys to talk about Among Us and why this game is so good." And you know what? I completely agree, but here's why I wanted to tie it into the play and pod because there was a portion where John had mentioned what is that game called? Dead by Daylight coming to PC or to mobile. And you, Rafa, made the comment of no, because then it's just going to become another Among Us where you guys say you're going to play and then disappear.
Yes.
And quite accurately, you looked dead into the camera and made a face. And you know what? I would have thought that would have been the perfect zoom in for John to make. Because although for some people they might not understand, for us, we do. It's not the first game, and it won't be the last, where people say they're down and then disappear and we never touch it again. And this one makes me sad. But essentially, yeah, Pedro, huge avid fan of Among Us. I honestly want to say probably a bigger fan than I am of it, and I'm a
pretty
huge
sure
fan.
he's the biggest fan.
Yeah, out of our friend group.
In our friend group, yeah.
It's insane. And he just wanted us to talk about it. And if you guys have not played Among Us before, it is a fantastic game. I would definitely say look it up, because if you ask me, hey, can you explain it to me? We're going to be here for another 20 minutes just rambling about a game that has nothing to do with anime.
You don't think we can explain it?
All right, here's a quick SparkNotes version. There are 2 imposters or more, depending on how many people are playing.
Or one. It could be one imposter.
Well, that's true. It's more fun with 2, though. But essentially, there are these imposters on a spaceship, and there are, as the name suggests, they're an imposter among the crew, and the crew has to essentially fix the spaceship or whatever area that they're in. Sometimes it's a spaceship, sometimes it's a facility and things like that. I said that word very weirdly, but they have to fix, and they have tasks that they need to complete. And the whole point of the imposter is to quite literally murder the crew to the point where they can't vote them off. And essentially, there's a voting system and a halftime, essentially, right? After every round, where people kind of get into either chat via keyboard and mouse, or just the little your thumbs firing away on your phone. Or they can get into a Discord call or anything like that, and just kind of discuss and say, all right, Rafa, where were you? I found the body in reactor. And Rafa's just if he's the imposter, he'll be like, well, guess what, I am in med bay. And we would discuss about who the killer was, and the crew either has to find who the imposters are and kick them off, vote them out, essentially, kind of like that one show that I'm completely forgetting, that reality TV show.
Survivor.
There you go. They're essentially like Survivor, where they gotta vote them off the island, and things like that. Or complete all the tasks and 100% the ship or the island or facility or whatever it is, and win. So those are the ways to win. It's a very, very fun game. It makes you have extremely huge trust issues in your friends, because essentially one game they could be your ally, and the next game they could be your foe. So it's a really fun game. But yeah, I would say Pedro's probably the biggest avid fan of Among Us, with Among Us, funny enough.
Haha.
But yeah, shout out Pedro, shout out Among Us. At this point, I'm kind of fed up to the point where I'll just play with 5 people and have one imposter. I want to play the game so bad. I haven't played it in a hot minute, and I refuse to play it with a bunch of randoms, because I think it's just more fun when you play with your friends. So I know I don't want this to become another Dead by Daylight, another Spellbreak, another whatever, right? Just a game that we pick up, we have fun with, and then just kind of just drop it out of nowhere. So yeah.
Hey! I'm still playing Spellbreak. I played it yesterday.
I haven't played it in a bit, and I just because I don't want to play solo.
So, really quickly, Among Us is a lot of fun. The main dish, the steak, the juicy steak part is arguing with your friends, tricking your friends, trying to be as sneaky as you can if you're the bad guy, and trying to play it off. And then we had so many funny scenarios. For example, there was one time where Hector decided to hit the 2 seconds into the game, nothing happened. and Hector decided to hit the emergency meeting button. He was like, I just wanted to say hi. So then we all voted him off the ship, and he wasn't the bad guy. We just did it because how are you gonna you're gonna mess around like that? Like, it's just some really funny interactions between your friends. That's like the main appeal of that game. So if you haven't tried it out, go ahead and try it. On PC, it's $5, but if you don't want to pay, like me, it's free on the phone.
Yeah, and they have like little costumes and stuff you can purchase for your characters. So it's there's some customization in it too.
Oh
So.
yeah. So like, and just the memes are everywhere.
Hmm.
Everywhere. Like the memes have not stopped. There's so much memes about this. It's some really really fun stuff. It's a game that like you want to keep on playing. Like that's a game that you for sure want to keep on playing.
Sadly,
We just got to get enough people, and then we can play it once again.
if any of the viewers want to play, let us know.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? We can add you in however that works. I think, yeah, just let us know.
we do the
We'll
Discord.
figure it out from there. Oh, yes. Just join the Discord, okay? Join the Discord.
Join the Discord, yeah.
Let us know. Hey,
You guys-
let's play
you guys
some
wanna
Among
play?
Us. And there you go.
Oh, we should make like a separate like
Channel for
you know how
the
there's like
Among
the
Us.
channel, yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So if people could like, hey, I want to play or whatever. So then we'll like make a day, like a day where we'll play with them, and then we'll have like a Discord voice chat with everybody and stuff like that. That'd be fun.
I'm with it.
That'd be fun to do. So moving on from that, um, there wasn't really much other than what Pedro recommended to us. Um, no, well, there was no comments on the YouTube channel. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's no YouTube comments. Josue did hit us up on the Twitter a little bit, but like I said, Josue is a very busy man. Right? I know this. He's my best friend. Okay, like I said, he's out here saving puppies, saving babies, cashing checks. He's doing all these crazy things. He's saving the world left and right. He's a busy man. I don't expect him to comment every single week.
I
But
don't, yeah.
but no worries. We got some other people hit us up this week. John hit us up this week.
See, I don't know how to feel about this because I know it was a troll, but like I don't know how we're gonna talk about this.
I also don't even know what he said. I have an idea what he was trying to say. I don't really know exactly what he was trying to go for. I'm pretty sure you know because you're laughing at it.
No, like I genuinely don't. Like I'm gonna go off of what you think it is, but
What he said? What did he say? What did he tell you?
I mean he literally just said talk about hentai. That's how I understood it.
No, I'm pretty sure he says more than that. He didn't just say that.
That's how I understood it because I remember the conversation was pretty poppin', and so I kind of just blew past it. But
Wait, was this in?
Yeah, in the group chat of ours.
Was this a
group
chat?
Yeah. Which is why I was so confused. John's like, just talk about hentai, and I was like, okay.
I'm about to look this up. Hold up. Okay, I find it. I have it here.
That was actually extremely quick.
Well, you can do the searching conversation.
Yeah.
So beautiful listeners, John suggested to us. He was joking. But here we go. He said, "Talk about the hentai pictures circulating on the interwebs." That's it.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's all he said.
I don't know exactly which ones he's talking about, but I know that this isn't new. Yeah, I mean, just hentai in general is a very strange form of adult content. We'll say that. For those of you under 18.
Cover your ears.
Please.
Pray to God.
Don't search this up. just don't worry about this. Blame John, actually. Go over to the Plan Pod, right? And if you listen to the Plan Pod, bring this up to John. Say, hey, why did you suggest this to the boys? And force us to listen to this. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, I mean, if you have watched hentai, then you know what's up. You like what you like. I'm gonna just leave it at there. You like what you like, and I don't know. I feel like hentai is it's a very strange form of something I love, which is just anime in general. And like, of course,
I thought you
I know where that was going. I know where that was
I thought
going.
you were gonna say, "Oh, well, because I love porn." I swear, I thought you were
See, I
saying
was
'cause you
trying to
love porn.
avoid that word.
I mean, it's kind of hard
But
to avoid it.
that's why I said adult content. But yeah, no. As I was saying that, like, as I was saying that sentence, I was like, maybe not the way I want to phrase this, but yeah, no, it was just yeah, like I love anime, and obviously, there's like husbandos and waifus and things like that that people really love. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna like what you like, and it's just not. That's not for me. I'll just say that's not for me. I'll stick to my little crushes on 02 and Mizuhara and things like that. That's the full extent of my enjoyment of anime. I don't know if I really want to ask this, but how do you feel about hentai, Rafa?
Okay, first of all, what the fuck? I'm sorry. What does that mean? All right.
No, I've been like,
And second of
I don't
all,
want to be
shut
like,
up. Shut up. And second of all, let me tell you something. I have nothing against hentai. I'm not gonna lie. I have my many years of watching anime. I
Mhm.
have dabbled. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna fake. I've seen. I saw. I have seen very recently also. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you, Hector. I'm not gonna lie. I'm an honest man. Okay, Hector. Now it's not my go-to. Okay, because nothing beats real life. Of course, it's just how it is. Because like for example, Hector, have you ever seen like in like, you don't. I'm not saying like, oh, confess and say, oh, you like hentai, but like, have you ever seen like uh, like uh like a hentai like a movie or like a video or whatever?
So I have stumbled upon like clips and things like that because Twitter does not ban such things all the time. So like you'll like scroll down and on like comments and things like that, and you'll see it. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not that it's surprising. I've definitely like seen it. Have I gone to watch it to that? No.
For enjoyment. Now,
No. The only thing is like and the only thing I will admit to, since you admitted to what you admitted, I have I have been intrigued when watching ecchi animes. Like obviously, because like stuff's gonna be happening there, and they're insinuating like, oh, you know what I'm saying, Papa, and I'm like, I do, but I don't know. Like,
mhm.
yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, like ecchi animes, for example, like Food Wars and things like that. Like, there's quite literally scenes where the women and men, they rip their clothes off, and because of the food that they're eating and things like that, not like they don't rip their clothes off, but the food itself rips off their clothes because it's that good. It's a very funny thing. If you want to watch it, watch it. But yeah, it's like, oh, like some of these waifus and husbandos, man, they looking good. So obviously you're gonna react one way or another. But yeah, that's just kind of my little tidbit. I have seen it. I have not gone searching for it. I think that's a proper way of saying it.
Okay. My reason I was asking you is because of this. Hentai, if people don't know, it's actually very popular. It's really popular, and it's getting more popular because more people are more into anime, right? Um, like I said, I have dabbled in it. I have checked it out. I'm not gonna go into detail, but it's not as good as regular porn. I'm just gonna say that flat out. Regular porn is a lot better. That's it. That's all I had to say, I think.
Thank you for that lengthy explanation,
Yes, you're very welcome.
and thank you, John, for this topic. Again, if you have any issues with this topic, YouTube or any other sites, remember Play and Pod over at the Geek Chart Boys. If you have any complaints, concerns, or comments, definitely leave it over there. I know we're giving them views, but Rafa's a part of it, so really we're giving Rafa a view.
Thank you.
And yeah, just complain over it to John. Say, why'd you make these guys talk about it? And not let you.
We should have like Bento Box After Dark, dude. Would really talk about it.
So I
Whoa.
think if we do that right with like Bento Box After Dark, I think cussing and everything is a full on go.
Right, right, right.
We
Like,
just
yeah, yeah.
let it rip.
Right, exactly.
So I mean, you know what? I'm down. That could be like just like a mini video or something like that. But it's just something to think about. If you guys do like that idea, just drop it on in the chat and the
I can
comment
talk
down
about
below.
all the big titty anime I've seen. I can talk about all that. Oh, I'm sorry, big titty hentai. Sorry,
There you go.
correction.
Well, I mean, you have seen big titty anime too, so
True, 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 true. All right, cool. Thanks, John, for that discussion. Really enjoyed that one. So moving on from that. Oh my God, is that everything we got for comments, Hector?
yeah, that's about it. We kind of a little bit of dry this go around.
Hmm. Yes, but this ties into the news, which looks like we're a little bit behind, but it's okay. It's time for the news with our anime correspondent, as always,
Ooh, ooh,
Hector.
ooh.
Now, some of these topics, I think there's either one or two of them, Hector, correct me if I'm wrong, were brought up to us by the main man, the head honcho himself, Josue, on Twitter, right?
Yes, our first one is actually brought to you by Josue, who tagged both myself, Rafa, and the Bento Boxcast on Twitter about it. So he wanted us to kind of talk about it and just kind of look into it. And so here it is.
So
Microsoft.
shout out.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say shout out to Josue for that. So that kind of ties into the comments because, you know, comments is really just it doesn't have to be comments, quote unquote. That's just what we call it. But just any type of interaction you guys have with us, that falls on the comments, really. But it also ties in with news because you know what's going on with news too. So, anyways, shout out to Josue for that one. We always the main man, the head honcho around here in these parts. Go ahead, Hector. Sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, take it away.
No, you're good. No worries. So, the first little tidbit of news comes to you guys, courtesy, like he said, of Josue J. He tagged us in a post that says Microsoft Xbox teams up with Funimation for Premium Plus promotion. So that means if you have I believe it is Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you'll have access to Funimation's enormous anime streaming platform for a limited amount of time. Let me see the exact amount of time. You get 2 months, 2 months of Funimation Premium,
Oof.
which is quite a bit. And honestly, look, you can binge and just go through so much anime in 2 months. So if you are
Yeah.
a part of the Xbox Game Pass family, I mean, take advantage of this. I know I don't have Funimation Premium, and so I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of this. You know, there's just so much anime on there, like quite literally a ton. And the cool part about Funimation, it's I would say one of the leading, if not the leading, source for dub anime.
Yes. Hands
So
down.
there's just so much dubbed anime there that you can watch as well. It's just like honestly, just like there's just so much that you can just watch there. So it's definitely the place to binge watch if you have the ability to. And with the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and the cool part is you don't necessarily need an Xbox. You can have it on your PC or anything like that, and you can still redeem it,
On
which is
your
going to
phone.
be exactly, like you can redeem it if you have any of these available devices to use Xbox Game Pass Premium. I would not recommend getting this if you don't have any device to use this great service with.
You should
Just go to Funimation and get a subscription at that point.
get the free trial. I'm pretty sure they do have a free trial.
Yeah, so I mean
Like a
that's
week free
definitely
trial or something.
the way to go.
Now, I actually have Funimation, the
Premium.
premium service. I've been having it for a long time. I love it. It is. If there's any anime that I'm looking for that's dubbed, I always go there first because they tend to have a lot of dubs on there. On top of just having a lot of anime on there. Um, I actually had Funimation before Crunchyroll. Fun fact: I had a Funimation premium service before Crunchyroll service, and it is pretty good. Like I said, there's a lot of shows on there. It's a lot of dub shows on there. There's a lot of exclusive shows on there that's not on Crunchyroll. That's like a big plus. And on top of that, the only thing that I'm not like super like happy about Funimation is the interface. The interface
Oh, the app
could,
interface sucks.
yeah, it could use a definite upgrade. It is leagues behind of what Crunchyroll has. Is actually honestly leagues behind of any streaming
Hmm.
service. Like Funimation is like I'm pretty sure it's like the worst one. But if you're willing to kind of fight your way through it, it's not that bad. But like we were just so
We used to
used to
that good
like
stuff.
having that top tier. You really notice when it kind of like janks up on you a little bit, but for the most part, it tends to work pretty well.
Mhm.
So if you like I'm saying, like Hector was saying, if you have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and you might as well check it out at least. It's going to be for free for 2 months. Maybe there's an anime or two that you're looking out that you want to see, but you don't want to watch it because you can't find the dub or you can't find the sub or you only could find certain episodes out there. They tend Funimation tends to have pretty much almost everything. So for the most part, it's really hard to miss a certain anime when Funimation has it. So um, there's not a reason. There isn't really a reason to not use this service for at least these 2 months that they're gonna have it for free.
Yeah, and actually the cool part about this timing, right, and especially us like letting you guys know is fall 2020 season is going to be coming up right around the corner. Actually, um, as of this podcast, it'll be the following week. So the second week of October when we'll actually be getting the new season stuff. And because it's going to be the premium subscription, if there's any shows that are be coming out for the fall 2020 season, you'll be getting the most recent episodes for the next 2 months if you do time it correctly, which is really really cool. 2 months
Yeah,
is about 3/4 of the season, so I mean definitely capitalize on that.
that's like about 8 episodes.
Yeah, so you'll be caught up with the first 8 episodes that come out of the show the day of, which for free sites or for free memberships, right? If you don't like pay anything, you'll get, for example, let's say episode 8 comes out today, but you can only watch episode 7 because they're blocked off by a week. So with the premium subscriptions, you can watch it right off rip. You're the episode that comes out immediately, which is a cool part. So like I said, with these 2 months, if you time it correctly, you can either watch the entirety of fall 2020 or watch the first 3/4 of a show, and just at that point either decide if you want to continue paying for Funimation or if you want to try out other sites. So I mean, regardless, those two free months that you're gonna get, there's a huge wide range of anime you can watch on Funimation. So it is not, I would say, the biggest library for anime, but it's a good one. So definitely check it
I
out.
mean, they have the heavy hitters on there. They have Attack on Titan. They have My Hero. They have Fire Force. The One Piece is on there. They have Naruto, Boruto, all the big heavy hitters. It's on there for sure. And I'm pretty sure there's the dub versions are on there too. If you're into the dubs like me.
Yeah, if you're in the disgusting, I'm just kidding, the lower
Boy,
echelon of anime viewers, but it's okay, guys, because I'm not really ragging on you that bad, because the entire community does. So this is welcome, welcome to the anime
thanks.
community.
Hey
um,
man, I've been watching more anime than you have. All right, I've earned my scars. I earned my battle stripes. Fudge you. I want to watch dub. I'm watching dub.
oh, I mean, like I've said this in the past, and I'll say it again. To each their own. You like what you like. Just because what you like is wrong, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you.
Mm,
It is what it is. But
mm.
the anime community as a whole has a loud voice, I guess you could say. But moving on to our next news article. This one makes me very happy because it means that we'll be getting it very soon as well. So, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train, has officially released a release date, right, for the movie in Japan. I know what you're thinking. Oh, I thought he was going to say, for the U.S. No, hopefully that comes very, very soon. As we said in the previous two pods, we want to go watch Tenet in theaters with our friends. So that was quite an experience. And I know Akira just came out last week in select theaters. So, things are starting to kind of progress into a more normal sense. But for Japan, they are more fortunate than we are here in the U.S., and they actually have an October 16th release date for IMAX theaters of the movie Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, Mugen Train. I am very happy to see this because it means that hopefully we'll be getting it soon, and I wonder if they're going to go the theater route. If they do, they're going to get tons of money, but the issue is it's different here because theaters are slowly opening up in certain states. In others, I'm pretty sure they're like open. It depends on the state you live in, but knowing that it's going to be coming out soon means that okay, we get more Demon Slayer again, and then once this movie's cleared, we get more of the series, season animes and things like that. So I'm super duper excited for this in general. Man, yeah, I really want to see this movie because I love the arc, the Mugen Train arc in the manga. So I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see the fire, Hashira and things like that. So yeah, I mean, Rafa, I don't know what you think about this.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Demon Slayer is one of those anime that it took me a little bit to get into, but once I got in, once the hooks got into me, I could not stop watching it. It's one of those that like it's one of those anime that when the newest well, like I can't really say that because once I started getting into it, the episodes were already done airing. But I know for a fact once it comes back again, once the new season comes back again, I'm gonna be watching it every week. I'm not gonna be waiting for it. I'm gonna be all over it, and I just want more Demon Slayer. The second I got to the last episode, I was like, I need more. So to know that, I mean, we already knew this movie was going to come out. There's been a lot of information about this movie, but now to know that Japan has a date, so like you're saying, that only means that we're gonna eventually get it here in the Western Hemisphere side of things. Now, it'll be cool to go to theaters to see it, but if not, I'm still down to watching it on the internet, on my phone, through the Xbox or whatever. Any way to watch it, I'm gonna be there ready to watch it. It'll be fun to watch it in theaters, but hey, right now, things are not really. It might not be a option right now, right? Because of what's happening here in the United States, right? So, but either way, I am excited. I cannot wait to see
Mm-hmm.
this movie because unlike other movies with like other anime movies, most of them are like side stories or kind of like one-off type things. This actually continues a storyline, right? If I'm
Yes.
so, which is awesome to hear. That's like, oh, it's just the best. I love it when something like that happens because one of my pet peeves of
Ooh.
anime it is it is filler. It is stories that don't really have to do anything with the main story. For example, like when I found out the back in the day
Mm-hmm.
when I was barely getting into anime, when I found out there was a Naruto movie. I was like, oh man, there's a whole Naruto movie. Oh man, it must go crazy, it must go ham or whatever. But then I find out that it's just a side story that doesn't really affect the main story. And I was just like, all right, then I really don't care as much. Like for example, like with Naruto, this is like my big thing with Naruto. And they also kind of did it with My Hero too, with the first one. I haven't seen the second one, but like with Naruto, he would have a new or a twist of the Rasengan that was super different or whatever, and he would only use it for that movie, which would annoy me.
He kind of
Um,
did that in the show too with Shippuden, which I didn't like either. When he was in his like Sage of Six Path mode, he could use like all of the tailed beasts like specific chakra based like power. So like he had like a magma Rasengan or like a magnet Rasengan, and then after that like you'd hardly ever see it again, or at all. So I see what you mean, and I also agree. I don't like some of that stuff either.
it's annoying. Like I remember this one Naruto movie that I saw. I don't remember exactly. Um, what's it about or whatever. I only remember that there was like snow and like they had like the one thing I thought was like super cool is like they were wearing like their outfits. You know what they normally wear in the show, but like it's like but it was made for like snow. So like they like the sleeves were longer and they have like mittens and things like that. It was really cool to see. I thought that was like such a cool thing when I was younger. But then Naruto did like it was like a rainbow Rasengan or something like that. Like it was like super powerful. It looked super crazy. It was like out of this world. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now you could do that in the show. And it was like never brought up. And I was like, oh, that's so annoying. Like I just don't like stuff like that. It's very annoying. So I'm glad to know that Demon Slayer, the Choo Choo Train movie. I don't remember the
Mugen
name.
Train.
The Mugen Train, arc movie, whatever. It's actually continuing the story because that's what I want. That sounds great. So I hope it's a great movie. I hope they don't mess it up. It sounds like it's good. It sounds like it's gonna be very very hype. And hopefully from there, the rest of Demon Slayer is good because
Hmm.
um, from the anime news source that I have, which is you, Hector. Apparently, Demon Slayer, the manga itself, is not all that towards the end. So,
It's literally like the last chapters. Like everything up until like the last two chapters, it just ruined the whole thing for me.
oh wow, okay, all right. Well, I'm looking forward to the movie, to say the least.
Yeah, me too. Very, very excited. And actually, something else that I got equally excited about, which is our next little news tidbit, is I sent Rafa a link before we started the episode, and it is actually something that came out of nowhere, at least to me. During a direct from Nintendo, so a Nintendo Direct that had to do with Pokemon. So Pokemon recently released information on their next DLC expansion pass. I know what you're thinking, they're talking about video games again, but there's a reason for it. Trust me. So Pokemon released information on the newest expansion pass, which is Crown Tundra. And afterwards, they released a release date for it, and I'm very, very excited for it. Actually, enough that it made me save all my Pokemon in Pokemon Home and restart Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's a complete side note, but I just wanted to add that in there. At the very end, they decided, hey, we're going to show you guys something very special that we've been working on, and that we had some very special friends of ours also helping. And Studio Bones, as you guys know, we have talked about them before. We have such high praise for them because we love a lot of their work that
Yes.
they do.
Hmm.
Recently, in collaboration with the band Bump of Chicken,
Oh.
who has worked on theme songs for animes like Tales of the Abyss, Grand Blue Fantasy the Animation, and Karakuri Circus, to just name a few. Worked on a song called I'm gonna butcher this so bad, but I think it's Asasia, which was the reveal by the Pokemon Company music video for Gotcha. It was essentially a animated, anime-esque, music video for a very popular song that had to do with Pokemon, and it was fantastic. The animation, the production from Studio Bones was beautiful. I absolutely loved it, and honestly, here's the reason why I wanted to talk about it, especially because I actually got chills watching this because it encompasses every single bit of Pokemon lore, every single bit of Pokemon from the Red and Blue days to now, which is Galar and things like that. So you just saw how the progression of everything from then and now. You saw like all the rivals, you saw all the characters you played in the games and things like that. So I mean, it was super super cool. I was very very happy to see a lot of these characters return, and it made me very very excited to play the game. Obviously, because it made me or it inclined me to restart the game and play it again. So, I mean, yeah, it's super dope. I know Rafa was kind of talking about it a bit, but Rafa, how'd you feel about watching that video, and what'd you think of the production of it and everything?
It was amazing. Just once again, Studio Bones is hitting out of the park, coming with some awesome anime, some awesome animation. Now, those two characters were kind of like the main focus, right? It was the one guy with the Pikachu and the girl with the twin,
With the Eevee?
like with the yeah, with the twin ponytails or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, so are they just original characters? Or are they going to be for the next
So
game? Like,
they
well,
are literally like characters that they just made up for the music video. And I'm actually really, really happy you brought them up because all of Twitter is raving about how they. I'll specifically quote one tweet that I saw that made me laugh: "Is I'll pay Pokemon whatever they want to watch an anime about these two main characters." I think it's really, really. I love the character designs. I thought they looked amazing. I thought they were like completely different than what we're used to with like main characters and Pokemon and things like that, and like the Pokemon mainline or mainstream games. And just what we usually see in like the animes and things like that. So I liked it a lot. I thought those two characters were cool. I mean, yeah, it was just dope.
I really enjoyed it, and that kind of says it all right there with that one whatever that one person said. You know, like, oh, I would pay X amount of money to see a show about these two, just to kind of show how much personality, how much life, how much emotion that Studio Bones was able to put into this music video. How much you just felt like, oh man, I want to see these guys' adventures because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I want to see more of this. Whatever this is, I want more of this. It was really cool. Like the character designs were awesome. Like you can tell there, it's not just another Ash. It's just another. It's not another Misty or any of the other characters that we had in the past in the past anime, Pokemon anime stuff like that. You can tell that each one they had their own personality, they have their own way they react towards things. The way they're reacting to each other and things like that. Like it was so good. And to see, like you were saying, to see all the past trainers, to see all the other characters from the games, the rivals, all the different starter Pokemon, from the OG Red and Blue to now, and they showed all the professors, it was Professor Oak in the middle, and all the other professors around them, and just everything about this music video was top tier, like S tier. Like Hector, you said you got chills running down your spine. I was. I was in the music video. I don't know if that makes sense, but like when I was watching it, nothing else
Yeah, it had my
was
attention fully.
exactly like nothing else was happening around me. It was just experiencing this music video for these 2 minutes or however long it was. It was just that was it. Nothing else was in my mind. It was just whatever I was watching. This was so good. I want to see more of this. This is what I want from Pokemon. It's something like this.
Oh.
I don't want Ash anymore. Okay, I'm tired of Ash. Okay, I've been tired of Ash since the years ago that I started watching Pokemon. I want something new. I want something different. The the one thing I could compare this to, where I was like, okay, this is something more of the lines that what I want is. Do you remember that mini series they had with Pokemon? Oof, I forgot the name, but it followed Red.
Yeah, yeah. Pokemon Origins.
Pokemon Origins. That's something more. I felt that this was more in the lines of Pokemon Origins than anything else.
Hmm.
And I want more Pokemon Origins. I want something more like that. I want something more like this, where it's not just following Ash, and it's not just Ash saving the day again. I just want to see people going on an adventure with Pokemon and battles, and it's not always the end of the world, and what I'm saying, it's not always and Ash and I don't want the guy to be always running to legendaries and just all this crazy like. I just want a fun adventure with Pokemon
Hmm.
and awesome awesome animated Pokemon fights. That's all I want.
Yeah, I mean, I really, really liked it. I liked Origins a lot too. Also, guys, as a heads up, we watched this because it was actually in Japanese, so the music video and the music itself was in Japanese. I actually put the subtitles on. I liked a lot of like what they were talking about. I can't say that I remember everything, um, but like even then, like even if I didn't really fully understand what they were singing, the visuals alone like carried that music video. It was
Yeah,
fantastic. I mean, the music was really, really good. I actually really enjoyed listening to it, but like overall, like the actual visual our visuals that they showed were fantastic. They actually a lot of people screenshotted a lot of their favorite scenes and like little segments and sections of the music video that they liked, and that was like circulating all over Twitter with like the hashtag AniPoke, which is like the Pokemon anime and just like official hashtag. So yeah, Annie Poke was going around and you just see like a ton of screenshots of like a lot of their favorite characters in there, like Marnie, like Ash, like yeah, just a ton of the mainstream characters and things like that. So and it was really cool. That music video, I really liked it. It was really good, and I'm probably gonna go look at it again. So yeah, because I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of like just little what would I call it? Like little Easter eggs. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. Just to say it like for the 1700th time.
And the best of the best out of the whole thing was that there was no Ash.
Yeah,
That was the best thing.
I was surprised at that.
Zero Ash. I loved it. Top tier. 100% loved it. Is that it, Hector? Is that all?
Yeah, that is all for our little news segment. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Well then, thank you, Hector, for the news.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to everybody who hit us up to give us topics and to have us to talk about certain things like that, like Josue, John,
Renee
and
down the
Pedro.
line.
Renee down the line in this episode. Thank you so much, guys, for giving us that shout out, giving us that hey, talk about this, hey, talk about that. You know we always listen. You know we'll talk about it. So, anyways, moving on from that. You guys know we talk about this every single week. And it's that time again. Because it is. Episode 12 just came out of Rent a Girlfriend. Okay? Now, guys, as Hector said earlier, this episode, this season, the summer season of anime is starting to come to a close. By this point, it should be already wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So next week we'll go into more detail about the other shows that we watched, about how we felt about them, this and that. But today, because we love this show so much, we want nobody else to get in its way. We told all the other anime, scram, shoot, get out of here. we have to focus all of our time. This whole segment is for our top show, our number one show. I'm assuming that you're still your number one show, right, Hector?
Yeah, you'll see that it was, but we'll talk about that some other day. But for sure, Rent a Girlfriend number one.
Number one show of this summer season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all the other shows that we watched this season, we'll talk about them next week. But right now, we're talking about Rent a Girlfriend. Episode 12 just came out last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, last week. So the show, season 1, has officially wrapped up. But if you're not fellow Rent a Girlfriend-ers, watchers, whatever we call ourselves, there is a season 2, which I called, by the way.
I think we all called.
I'm so happy. No, I called it before you, Hector. I'm taking credit for this one. I'm so happy that there's a season 2 for this. I knew it. I just knew it, Hector. I'm like, there has to be a season 2 for this because it just, the way the show was set up, the way that these characters were being introduced, they had to have a season 2. If this show did not have a season 2, I would definitely take huge points off this show, which I said before. But I'm happy to say that it's confirmed there is going to be a season 2. Now, I don't know if it's going to continue this season or if it's going to continue the following season. All we know is that there's season 2, which is great. Now, Hector, do you want to do a quick rundown of the episode? Do you remember the full episode? Episode 12?
Yes. So essentially, episode 12. What ended up happening was we continue off of the interaction that Sumi-Chan and Kazuya and Mami-Chan had while they were at the bowling, area. And as we saw in that show, in that episode, which is the episode before the one we're going to be talking about, that she found Mizuhara. Yeah, episode 11. She found Mizuhara on the Rent a Girlfriend site, which was, bum, 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 that type of situation. So when we finally got to it, at the opening of this newest episode, we see Mizuhara get ready for a date. And we're thinking, all right, cool, that's interesting. A different perspective than we normally start off with because we start off with Kazuya or something like that. And guess what? Of course, no surprise, really. Mami-chan is the one that rented out Mizuhara for the day, and Mizuhara's face drops when she sees that it's Mami-chan, and she's like, oh my god, she knows. And we then see them going on a date, and Mami-Chan is acting her normal female dog self. I don't like Mami-Chan whatsoever. But here's the deal: so they go to a karaoke bar, which should already be a red flag because we've heard about this karaoke bar before, and we've also seen this karaoke bar before because guess what? This is the one where Mami-Chan first met Mizuhara, and funny enough, this is where Kazuya now works because he actually just got a job there. And while he's there, he, is thinking to himself, okay, I need to settle down. I need to make Ruka-Chan more of my girlfriend. I want Ruka-Chan to be it for me. He's like, I need to get a grip because Mizuhara isn't doing this rent a girlfriend thing forever. She wants to be an actress. That's her end goal. And he starts to make this courageous first step where he's like, Ruka-chan, I want to make this official, and he starts to mouth the words out until he gets a glimpse of, wait, what is that? Mami-chan and Mizuhara going to the back number 13 booth of karaoke, and that's when his heart drops, and that's where the whole episode kind of takes a turn for the worse because we see that Mizuhara and Mami-chan are having an awkward situation, and Mami-chan just kind of says, let's get the bad part out of the way. Let's get the boring part out of the way. Here's the money that I owe you for this date. And Mizuhara's, trying to squirm her way out of this. She's like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't think this is right. I can't take your money, blah, blah, blah. And Mami-chan, which this part pissed me off. I would never allow anybody to do this, but she reached into Mizuhara's purse, and that pissed me off because me personally, I would never let anybody touch my belongings, especially if I don't want anything. So when I saw that I was like triggered. But anyways, that's besides the point. She puts the money in her purse. She says, "Let's sing for me," and she's essentially like seeing how Mizuhara acts and things like that. And as the episode goes on, you see more and more awkward situations, more and more situations where Mami-chan is making Mizuhara uncomfortable, and then it gets to the point where they leave the karaoke bar, and Kazuya fakes like he just threw up and he's sick, and then from there he goes and follows them, which kind of creepy, but in this situation it kind of makes sense. And they get to the part where they're on a bridge, and Mami-chan and Mizuhara are kind of ending their date, and Mami-chan tells her that I'll keep this a secret, but I need you to stop dating Kazuya. I need this to end because I personally hate it, and I can't bear to see it. And Mami-chan makes this super about herself and things like that, and she says that she can't bear to see Kazuya in such a light, and have others see him in such a light because she wants him to be like this lowly guy that she just dumped and is just using. And Mizuhara kind of flips on her and says, have you ever considered the fact that maybe this is the guy that'll make you happy? Maybe this is the guy that you will end up falling in love with and being, together forever with. And what's funny is, and I think I'm getting this right, she said a line where, Kazuya has helped me figure out how important love is with just the way he acts and says things and things like that. So, Kazuya this entire time was listening to this, and I don't remember if I read this in the manga, but I think that Mami-chan noticed that Kazuya or somebody was sitting back there listening.
They kind of showed it like she noticed that he was sitting over there. Yeah.
So and that's the part that kind of confused me because I'm like, did she notice that in the manga? Like I didn't know because obviously they can do so many different things with animation, like zoom in and make it obviously like they made it seem like she noticed. So then as that continued, Mami-chan just gets ticked off and tells her, mind your own business. It's between me and him, and then just walks away, and that's the end of the date. And then Mizuhara kind of leaves like on a sour note, and they meet up again at the apartments, because they both live next to each other. And Kazuya basically says, hey, thank you. I heard everything, and I appreciate you for doing that. And in doing all this, he accidentally blurts out, "You're the one I want. You are the person I want to be with." And obviously, not obviously, but the cool part is the episode in the viewer's eyes ends there. And for me, who knows what's coming next, I thought that was such a fantastic way to end the episode and leave it on the cliffhanger. I was like, oh my God, that was brilliant. That was great. I thought that was fantastic. I was like, let's go. I'm even more excited to see how this is animated. And then it continues.
Missing out of... Okay.
Yeah. pump your brakes, buddy, pump your brakes. I got it.
Sorry.
And then it continues, and so it goes into like the ending cuts, credits, and you see like a little, I think it was like a little montage of everything that's been happening, and then surprise, surprise, the episode continues, and then the episode continues where Kazuya like in a rent-a-girlfriend way, like I didn't mean it the way you think you're meaning it, and then they both kind of just, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed now, bye, and they go into their separate, homes and rooms and things like that, and Kazu's like, I literally just confessed to her, but then I just brought it back, and I look like a total idiot, and he's going a mile a minute in his head, and then we pan over to Mizuhara, and we see that she's sitting on the ground, fully red in the face, and she's like, this idiot, what was he saying? And so obviously it made her feel some type of way. We know that Kazuya loves Mizuhara, so like that whole interaction was like, whoa. And truthfully, it's not the same reaction I had with like the sudden ending with like the I want to be with you, but at the same time I'm still very excited for the show, and I believe the announcement for season 2 came before episode 12 aired. So that just, I mean, obviously I was already excited for the next season. And I really, really liked the way that they announced it on Twitter. They said, hey, we heard you guys. We understand. Guess what? Season 2 is coming out. And then they kind of show like a little video of like the girls, the main 4 girls, kind of dancing and doing like that, announcing season 2. And then they have like each like a little sign that says season. Well, I forget exactly. I don't know exactly what it says, but it's essentially saying season 2 coming soon. So very, very excited. That was the episode. It was a great episode. I think it was a fantastic season finale episode. I mean, because I've read every chapter up to the recent release, which is episode or chapter like 150 something like that. Today that came out on the Wednesday that we're recording. But yeah, like it. I feel like it's kind of going at a fast pace. But I mean, obviously with like the breaks in between creating the seasons and things like that, it'll be all right. But Rafa, what did you think about the episode?
I enjoyed it. But I do have my problem. I do have some of my problems with the episode. First and foremost, I'm gonna say something that I know you're not gonna agree with me at all, and I'm pretty sure I'm in the minority with this opinion. But shout out to Mami-Chan though. Tell me why, bro. That was some boss. That was some boss plays right there, dude. You can't deny it. Can you deny it?
Um.
Bro.
Okay, here's the thing. I think it was an interesting way of confronting it.
No, that's
I just didn't like it.
That is boss moves right there. She said, come here, let me talk to you." She rented her out for the day, right, to be your girlfriend. On top of that, she's like, Mizar was like, "Oh, I don't want to. We can't do this, whatever." And Mom Chan's like, "You're gonna sing for me right now." And she made her sing. Oh my God, bro! Like, I don't like Mommy Chan, but she started to tilt it a little bit, bro. I was so into the way she was handling herself. You know what I'm saying? Instead of see, like if Mom Chan was just doing the same thing she was always doing, like just on their phone and just talking smack on the phone, on the Twitter or whatever, she's done in the past. I just figured like, oh, you're just being, a biatch or whatever, right? You're not really about it. You know what I'm saying? You're not really about it. But for these last 2 episodes, Mommy Chan is about it, and that's what I like. I like that she's willing to get out there and confront these girls, right? She confronted Sumi-Chan, which Sumi-Chan's it's not really her fault. She's new to it. She doesn't know what's going on, but she was out there, right? And on top of that, the main girl, Mizuhara, she confronted her, and she exerted her dominance on Mizuhara, right? She said, "I'm here. I'm renting you for this date. Here's the money. I don't care if you're accepting it or not. Here's the money. I'm putting it into your bag. I want you to sing for me now." And what Mizuhara did, she sang for her. right? Mami-Chan said, "All right, let's get out of here. Let's go over here. Whatever." They went over there at the bridge and they started talking or whatever. And then Ms. Harris she started asking her questions, things like that, like you were saying. And then Mami-Chan said, "You know what? I'm done talking to you. I'm out of here." She's gone. She told her, "This is none of your business between me and Kazuya. Worry about your own." Oh, let's
Nah,
go,
she said that because
Mami-Chan.
she got tilted
Let's
off of
go.
what Mizuhara said.
Nah, nah,
You
nah,
can't give her credit for
nah.
that.
Mommy
Mizuhara
Chan
hit her
said,
in the
Mommy Chan
daggers
said,
in the heart, dude.
Mommy Chan said, "You know what? I'm done talking to you. You don't, who are you to know what I'm doing, what I'm all about?"
All right,
Me,
listeners, don't listen to this
Mommy Chan
moron.
is out here playing chess on these fools. All right? Like, ooh, I'm telling you. Okay, look, Hector, don't get me wrong. Out of the four girls, Mommy Chan is still my least favorite. But I don't completely hate her anymore. Okay? I don't like her, but I kind of have to nod. I kind of nod at her with a little bit of respect. Like, all right, girl, you're handling yourself. All right? You're just not on the sidelines giving the side eye, talking a little bit shit here and there by yourself. You're out here putting in moves. I respect that. I respect it. Hector, I respect it. Okay, I
Well,
loved it.
that's why
I
you're the
loved it.
minority because, like I said,
I
she only
again, I
said that piece at the end because
nah
she
nah
got
nah
put
nah
back into
nah
a corner because
nah nah
Mizuhara
nah
got to
nah.
her, and then she's
She's
like, "Mind your own," because she had no response to it.
clearly
So
okay. Clearly, Mami Chan is not over.
Kazuya.
Kazuya. That's clear, right? I'm not gonna argue against that. That's clear. But it could be for whatever reason, Mami Chan could just be like one goes like, if I can have him, no one, nobody can. Well, that's most likely the
That
route
is
she's gonna go
more than
down,
likely how I
right?
think it too. Yeah.
Right. But again, I'm not here rooting for Mami. Like, yeah, let's go, Mami Chan. No. Okay, I'm not rooting for her. I'm just saying. I'm like, okay, you're doing something. You're out there. You're at least putting yourself out there. At least you're doing what you think is right to do. You felt like this was the right thing to do. In your eyes, Hector, you think she got played. I don't think she got played. I think she was just like, again, boss level move stuff here.
No,
Okay,
see, like the thing is, I think she had the playbook, right? Like she had the playbook, she had the route she was gonna take and everything, and then Mizuhara came in with like the Hail Mary clutch, and it
no,
paid out. That's
no.
how I see it because I think
I
Mami-chan played it
see.
well, but like right when Mizuhara had that
What I
like
think.
question of love, that's when it hit her, and she was like, "Man, shut up."
No, what I think is that you are so blinded by your love of Mizuhara that you cannot see the bigger picture here. You cannot see the nuances of these
All
other
right,
characters.
don't put words in my mouth. I
Okay?
see what she was doing.
No,
I
no,
see it.
no, no,
But
no, no.
you saying that Mommy
No,
Chan
no,
had it
no, no.
all figured out, and then she like
Yes, she did.
bossed
Yes, she
up and
did.
said, "Mind your own,"
She
because it's not
bossed
your
up.
business.
Yes,
That's
she
not what
did.
happened because
Yes, she
she
did. She
got caught
said,
off guard, and you could
no,
see
no,
by
no,
her
no, no.
face. But it's
Wrong.
okay.
Wrong.
I'm not gonna
Wrong.
argue with the minority
She
here.
said, Ms. Howard, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You don't know nothing. You know nothing about nothing. I'm out of here. I'm done talking with your peasant ass. That's what she said. Mommy Chan bossed out. It was amazing. I loved it. Okay. Winner of this episode, Mommy Chan, hands down. Um, Look, honestly, Hector, it doesn't matter at the end of the day because we already know how this is gonna end. Okay, it's gonna be Mizuhara with Kazuo. It's just gonna happen, right? We already know that's what's gonna happen, right? That's the end game here. That's the end goal. But I'm glad to see there's gonna be season two
Hmm.
because if there was no season two, I would be super upset because Ruka-Chan get some time in throughout the season, you know. Um, But towards the end, she's kind of, it felt like they were kind of forgetting her, kind of putting her on the side. I love that Kazuya was finally kind of like manning up to it. Like, all right, if I am going to be with her, like, let me take this seriously.
Hmm.
I love that he was doing that. I can't wait to see, I can't wait to see if he actually follows through in season two with that, or like how is that going to turn out. I want to see more of Sumi-Chan, of course. She's adorable. Just can't wait to see more of her. Just her, just trying to get over her shyness is just the best. Um, of course, Mizuhara, she's great. Her character is great. Kazuya, I'm not as mad as I was with him.
Hmm.
It's just this like just him in this episode saying, you know what, I'm done, kind of goofing around. I'm gonna actually man up and do what I'm supposed to do here. I was just like, all right, bro, you're on the right track. I'm gonna ease up on you a little bit. What I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. At least you're thinking this through. Instead of just being an idiot and running around and just being a big old dummy head, right?
Hmm.
At least you're thinking this through. Fine. I'm gonna ease up on Kazuya. He's okay for now. But who knows? Season 2, he could screw it all up again. And of course, Mami-Chan is the bad guy. But Hector, there's a thing that I tend to do with either I'm watching TV shows, I'm watching a movie, watching wrestling, watching anime, whatever media that I'm into. I tend to root for the bad guys. So I might end up on Mommy Chan squad. I don't know, Hector. I might end up on the mommy gang, depending on how she plays it out.
And that
If she
point of
does,
the Bento
hold,
Boxcast goes to a single,
hold
single.
up. If Mommy Chan does more of what she did in this episode, in episode 12, I might have to put down that Ruka-Chan flag, skip over the Sumi-Chan flag, and go ahead and grab that Mami-Chan flag. Who knows? Hector? I don't
Jeez.
know. If she does what dude, heck, I was so hyped I was just like, oh, dude, let's go, bro. You don't see, man. Oh my God, like you don't see that. You don't see boss plays like
Yeah,
that,
especially like
man.
this genre of like anime, like you really don't see.
You don't see
I'll give it
stuff
that.
like
You don't
this.
see stuff like this in most of this genre.
That's
Like I've
that's
watched it before, like
that's
the harem and stuff like that, but like you really don't see characters like Mami-chan, like Mizuhara, like
like
Ruka-Chan,
that's
and
what I
Sumi-Chan.
love.
So like it's
That's what
really
I
surprising.
love, dude. That's why for me right now, Ruka-Chan is still number one. She's still my best girl. This is the way I have them ranked. Okay, I'm gonna rank them for you, and I want to hear your rank too.
I already know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
Okay, number one,
Mm-hmm.
Ruka-Chan.
No surprise.
Okay, number two, very close, Sumi-Chan.
No
Okay,
surprise.
number three, Mizuhara. Number four, Mami-Chan. Okay, number one. Let me tell you why number one, Ruka-Chan. Let me tell you right now. Because it all goes back to the one episode, okay, with the New Year episode, where she showed up and she was like, "Hey, I'm the girlfriend," and she was fucking going at them like, "Bro, stop goofing around, like fess up, man up, do what you got." Like, remember how I went on that rant in the past episode?
Yeah.
That that right there, it still holds true to me. That whole reason why Ruki Chan is number one is because of that. Because she was so straightforward. She was like straight up with these people. Like, hey, I'm his girlfriend, not Mizuhara, and this is just how it is. And then she was telling Mizuhara and Kazuya like, hey, stop goofing around, stop lying to your grandparents. Like, take this serious, this seriously, because this isn't a joke, right? But of course, then Kazuya had to do Kazuya things. But whatever. That's right. I just love Ruki Chan. I just love everything about Ruki Chan. I just love about her. I like girls with short hair. Just to say that. I just her attitude, just how the way she carries it, everything about it. Just love it. Okay, number two, Sumi-Chan. She is adorable. She's super shy, but like she wants to change, and like her just trying to improve herself, trying to really put herself out there. Like that is top tier cuteness right there, right? Her one episode of that pretend date that her and Kazi went on,
Hmm.
she almost won me over with Best Girl. Almost, just every single time she was on screen, I was just like, this is it. This is gold right here. This is top tier anime right here. I just loved everything about it. Could not get enough of it. If this anime had a fault, if it had a negative point to it, is that Sumi-chan was introduced way too late, hands down. Number three, Mizuhara. Mizuhara was number one at the beginning of the show for making the best girl, as you remember, Hector.
Hmm.
We agreed, right? Up to the point Ruka-Chan showed up. Mizuhara, she's a great character. Okay. I like how straightforward she tends to be with Kazuya. She doesn't really take much BS from him, but she's also willing to help him out in situations he's in. Clearly, that's the whole reason they're in the situation they're in, right? Which is great. Um, I also like I just like the relationship, like how that's going. Clearly, you can tell that they're eventually going to get together. Eventually, going to say that they love each other. That we know that's the end game here. It's clear as day, and I'm not against it. I'm okay with it. There's nothing wrong with Mizuhara. The only reason that Mizuhara dropped down to third place is because I just felt that she's too passive, or she's too okay with the situation she's getting dragged in because of Kazuya. You know, I feel like sometimes you just get. There's certain situations I was like, bro, just let Kazuya tumble to win. Like just let him screw it up. But she comes in because she is best girl for all of you guys. She is, ran a girlfriend, S tier, so she comes in to save the day, right? For me, I'd have been like, bro, just let this guy screw up. Like you're putting yourself in this situation that you shouldn't even be in, whatever. And like the whole thing, seriously, the whole thing with the New Year's thing, like that really, really brought it down for me. For her. Like just the whole interaction between her, Kazuya, and Ruka-Chan, and then in that New Year's episode, is it really affected her standings for me. And then moving on, number four, Mami-Chan. Mami-Chan from the start, she was a biatch. She was a female dog. I did not like her. Nobody likes her, right? She's just the way she is, the way she's act. She is so fake. She's clearly, has malicious intent. Bad person, bad guy all the way through. But I still loved. I just loved how she was handling herself in episode 11, episode 12. So if I see more of that, she might move up the ranks. I don't know. I can't say. I can't say for sure. I can't say for sure. But if I get more of that, these rankings might look a little bit different by the end of season 2. That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay. Like I was saying, not surprised at all of your rankings. I could have called that like easily, but mine are interesting. And I'm gonna say mine based off of the manga that I've read, not necessarily just the show. So it's Mizuhara Ruka-Chan, the fifth girl that has not been introduced. Sumi-Chan. Actually, no, I take it back. Mizuhara Ruka-Chan, Sumi-Chan, the fifth girl that hasn't been introduced, and then obviously Mami-Chan right at the bottom. Mizuhara. The reason why she's best girl, I mean, obviously it's been apparent, boy crush on her, whatnot, right? But also, just the whole, I just love her character. I like the way she is. I like that she's kind, caring, and all that. And then obviously the stuff that's going to be going on in the manga as well, that'll release later on in the anime. You'll see as to why she gets extra bonus points and brownie points towards her character as being best girl. Ruka-Chan, just because I just enjoy her character. I like that she does love Kazuya, even though I feel like that's probably going to fall flat on her face because it's kind of a forced love, even though she's trying to accept that she kind of needs to win him over in a sense, right? And make,
and she knows that.
And she knows that, yeah. And make him fall in love with her. Which I like that. I like that that approach that she's taking. So that's why I would say I like her as a character and why she's second best. I will say she's really, really close to Mizuhara. It's not like this huge gap in between them. But just Mizuhara just gets more because of the stuff that's going on in the manga. I will say later on, Ruka-Chan kind of takes a hit for me because of certain situations that's going on with Mizuhara and Kazuya. So it's really unfortunate, but that's just kind of why there is like that little in-between gap between them. Sumi-Chan is closely rising to second place for me. And that's literally just because of the past few chapters that came out that have to do with her and Kazuya. I think she's a sleeper pick for a lot of people, and I can see why a lot of people do love her and why she potentially could be number one or number two, depending on how she's viewed. The fifth character, or the fifth girl that hasn't been introduced yet, she's not really a love interest, but she is very, very, very cool. So that's why I just really enjoy her. I love that she's kind of like a influencer, YouTube, Instagram kind of content creator. So that's just huge bonus points. Then obviously I just don't like Mami-Chan because I don't like Mami-Chan. I have a feeling she's gonna kind of get a redemption arc at some point, where she might be in the sights for Kazuya again, of like a potential love interest. But I think overall, I'm not expecting much. So, it's pretty apparent. We'll see what the like outcome is gonna be. I don't know if I would say I'd be upset if he ends up with Ruka-Chan. But I don't know. I have a feeling it's gonna pull a Nisekoi, where it's like you really want them to be together, but then he ends up with somebody else instead. I don't know. It's interesting, but overall, just Rent-A-Girlfriend as a whole is just a fantastic show, and I'm very, 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 very excited for it. I'm super, super into the manga right now. Like, we're literally waiting every Wednesday to read it. And yeah.
Okay, so for season one, because season one just wrapped up, like you were saying, we just kind of gave our thoughts overall in general, right? For the whole season itself, I would give it a. What would I give this show? I'll give it an 8 out of 10. If I had to rate it. If I had to rate
Pretty
this show, I'll
solid.
give it, for season one, an 8 out of 10. Um, pretty much because, these characters are just fun to watch. I really enjoy all these characters, for the most part. The only reason why I had to take a few points off is because Kazuya and some of his actions in certain episodes were just like, oh, come on, dude, what are you doing here? Like, um, it's really just Kazuya. The main reason why I didn't give it a higher score, even though 8 out of 10 is still a pretty good score. I feel like this it could have been even better, but Kazuya was being a idiot at certain times where he didn't need to be. He was being just he was being too much at certain points. I was like, bro, you need to calm down. You need to relax. You need to pull back. But clearly he didn't, so that's why I would give it an 8 out of 10. So hopefully, also they introduced Sumi-Chan way too late. I would love to see her sooner, but there's gonna be a season two, so I can forgive that.
Okay, pretty solid score. I actually give it a 9 out of 10. Probably people expected me to give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm giving it a 9 for mainly two reasons. Well, three. I felt like the pacing was a really, really fast. Maybe it's because the chapters are spread out, and obviously, if I was reading it normally, I'd have to wait a week for the newest chapter. But yeah, like I just feel like the pacing was incredibly quick. I also felt that a lot of the characters didn't get enough screen time, or like, which had to do with pacing, where I felt like they didn't get enough for the episodes, and a lot of the times, a lot of the I don't know, yeah, just a lot of the stuff kind of felt rushed. Like I felt like Sumi-Chan needed more time. I felt like
Hmm.
Mizuhara needed more time. Ruka needed more time. Like just a lot of these Pokemon, I felt like could have Pokemon. Jesus Christ, a lot of these.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was such a. I had a seizure there. I don't know, a stroke. A lot of these characters like needed more time, and I just feel like with 12 episodes, it just wasn't enough, and I just feel like they crammed in too much. And then my final reason why it's not a 10 out of 10 is because of Kazuya. Like, and I feel like you're supposed to feel this way, so that's why I am giving it an out of 10. But I just didn't like it. Like Kazuya, for real. Like especially during like the Stalker episode, the Christmas episode. Like he like that episode got me incredibly upset and mad at the show. Um, and yeah, I just hate that I don't like his lack of confidence. I don't like his way of doing things. I just a lot of Kazuya I really dislike. Um,
Yeah.
Luckily he has his own little redemption arc as time goes on, but he's still like I don't know, as a male protagonist in the harem, he's not my favorite. Um, he's not even like top 3, top 5. Like just as a protagonist, I don't like him. In my opinion, the girls really carry this show, and I feel like a lot of people
Hands
would.
down.
Yeah, a lot of people would
Hands
completely
down.
agree. Regardless of who your favorite is, I feel like the girls 100% carry the show. Kazuya is just kind of there as he's just there, really. He like I said, he does have his really good redeeming moments, but for the most part, and like I said, these redeeming moments are going to come in the future. He had some good ones here and there during this first season, but a lot of what makes him a good character comes later. But yeah, like I don't know, the girls 100% carry this show. If it's just the girls, they all play the part. Mizuhara as in most people's eyes best girl, Ruka-Chan as the challenger to best girl, Sumi-Chan as the new contender, the new challenger esque Super Smash Bros type thing, and then Mami-Chan, like you're supposed to hate her. Some people love her, but you're supposed to hate her. She's playing that bad guy role, and yeah, like just Kazuya as a character, I think is very flawed, which I get it. It's the point. That's what he's supposed to be. But man, does it piss me off. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the show 9 out of 10 definitely will always recommend the show if anybody wants to watch harem-esque shows or just something different because it's not the typical harem. That's the other thing that I really love about the show. It's not the typical harem where, yes, every girl's gonna fall in love with them. But every single girl has their own different reasons for it, and they all approach it in a different way, which I absolutely love. And yeah,
and like it's not like that harem where there's like those jokes in there where he's tripping and falling and he's landing on their titties or they're landing, you know what I'm saying, like that typical harem thing that always happens. He's not walking in on them while they're changing or they're dressing, like stuff like they don't do that, and like which is like it's great. Like they're actually treating them like characters instead of like objects.
Oh, one little thing that's kind of gross but funny is the fact that he his sexual arousal of each girl kind of like affects him and how he like he literally jerks off in episodes. Like you don't see it, but like you see the aftermath and him like thinking about
Hey
it.
man, that's real life, bro.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think it's hilarious because most of like harem and animes like that, they will never show like stuff like that.
They won't show that, yeah.
Which is why it's absolutely hilarious, and I think it's just that's why it just gets brownie points because like, yeah, I mean, Rent a Girlfriend is that show, dude, and it's actually really really cool. So,
and also,
yeah.
also, awesome opening, awesome ending.
I can't wait to see season 2 opening and ending.
Yeah, so if it's as good as this opening, this ending, I cannot wait. I just can't wait for season 2. Like, it's just I'm just looking forward to it. So seems like overall we enjoyed Rent a Girlfriend. It seems like you enjoyed it a little bit more than I did, but it's that's splitting hairs at that point because we're pretty much almost at the same level, of our enjoyment. I feel like of Rent a Girlfriend. Our best girl rankings are different, but I know I'm the minority, and towards that, like you said, I tend to root for bad guys sometimes, so who knows how that would go. So we're gonna move on from that. All right, so next week, like remember, don't forget everybody, next week we are going to talk about the rest of the season, what we saw, what we enjoyed, things like that. But we want to take time to talk about Rent a Girlfriend this today because Rent a Girlfriend it's the show, it's our show for this season. So just want to make that clear for you guys listening. So Hector, would you look at that? We here towards the end of this podcast. Looks like we're hitting up the last segment, one of our favorite segments to do around here, around these parts. Absolutely. What segment that is?
Oh, you must be talking about the anime swap.
That's right. We're talking about anime swap. Now, Hector, let me start. Okay? Let me start. I'm gonna talk about Asterix Wars. Right? I said that right?
Yeah,
right?
That's like Asterisk War.
Asterisk
War, yeah.
Asterisk War, something like that. So, not a big fan. Not a big fan of the show. Hector, I'm gonna tell you that much right now. It's okay. it's it's kind of hard to explain. Like I going in watching the okay. Look, first and foremost, the swords are so anime. There's those swords they have are so over the top, and like I didn't. I didn't like that there was so much exposition at the beginning. There wasn't that much, but there was some exposition at the beginning. Then explain how like there was the world, and then this happened, and now there's these academies and these districts, and now they have to fight for this or whatever. At the first episode they took some time to explain that, and then they reiterated later on between the characters. I'm like, okay, you guys already kind of said this, but okay, you're saying it again, whatever, fine. Not that big of a deal. The action was pretty cool when they were fighting each other, like the girl with the red hair and the new guy, the main guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Um, that was cool. I kind of like how not like how nonchalant his attitude is towards things.
Hmm.
She's like, "Oh, you're gonna fight me," and he's all like, "I already got battle. I can't fight you. I've got a sword." And then someone in the crowd throws him a sword like, "Here, fight with this." So then they have to fight, whatever. I thought that was fun. It was a really fun opening segment. Um, And then just watching these three episodes, I was like, wait a minute, this is a harem. I was like, oh, look at that. um, the girl with the red hair, I don't like her that much. I feel like she's way too stuck up. I find her kind of annoying.
Hmm.
Um, my favorite one, up to a certain point, my favorite one was the girl with the blue hair, the little nose asleep.
Yeah.
I I liked her attitude. She was really funny. But there was at one point in the show that something happened, and then I was like, you know what? Fudge you, show. Fudge you. Okay. First of all, this this show has those. It has those. Okay. So this is one of the things that tends to annoy me with these type of shows is that they have the angles where they're showing off the boobs or they're showing off the panty shots and things like that,
Hmm.
right? Or like their fight on for example the opening scene, the guy sees that there's a handkerchief that fell out a window, so he picks it up and goes up the window because he can super jump because they have super strength because that's just how these people are. And the red haired girl, she's changing. That's the whole reason they start fighting. And she's like, oh, you saw me in my underwear, so now we gotta fight. Of course he's gonna see her in her underwear because it's anime, right? And then they fight or whatever. And the next thing you know, they fight and then someone shoots an arrow at the red haired girl, and then the dude like dives towards her to like get her out the way, and the way they land, his hands on her his hands is on her boob, and she's like, "Oh, you're touching me." I'm like, "Great, sexual harassment, hilarious. Let me laugh at this." I just find that so off-putting. You know, like maybe when I was younger I found that funny, but nowadays I'm just like sexual harassment, hilarious. Wow, look at her getting groped, hilarious. I just don't like it.
Hmm.
I just don't like it. I don't. I just don't find it funny anymore. I just roll my eyes when stuff like that
I don't
happens.
think
You
I've ever
know,
found any of that funny. I don't really like
like
that trope. I think it's a trope, right? Like I
yeah,
just
it's a
I
trope.
don't
It's an
like it
anime
at all.
trope. I don't know. I don't remember when I was younger. Maybe when I was younger, I was like, yeah, awesome. Look at him grab that boob. But like nowadays, I'm just like, dude, like that's sexual
Why?
harassment.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
Like that's clearly you're violating her. You're violating her, bro. Like stop. Like they always play it off for laughs, which in this show I found that so annoying. Also, when certain dialogue was happening, they were talking about certain things where like you could tell the information they're talking about it's somewhat important or it has something to relate with the story. And then it's followed up with an etchy joke with, oh, look at her boobs, or look, you can see her cleavage. It's like stuff like that. It's like a serious conversation, joke. It's like the pacing of it was like kind of wonky with that. I didn't really enjoy that much. But at the point where I said, you know what? Forget this show. I don't care about it anymore. Was in episode three where the main guy, uh, he gets told by the student council president to meet her, in her room, right?
Yeah.
So he's in the room, She finished taking a shower, so she has like the shower robe on, and like you can, her boobs are practically out there, and she has giant boobs, and you know, and she's like crossing her legs, and she's like looking super sexy, right? And they're talking about um, what are they talking about? I can't even remember exactly what they're talking about. They're talking about oh, I think they're talking about the tournament or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or no, about the no, she was telling the main guy like, hey, I want you to follow the red-haired girl because I think they're gonna attack her because it seems like our students are being attacked right now, so I want you to protect her. Pretty much, that's like pretty much the gist of that conversation. And dude was like, okay, yeah, sure, I will, right? And then the blonde girl with the big boobs, she's like, hey, by the way, um, because of all the awesome things you've done these past few episodes, here's your reward. And she started coming on to him. Like she got like really close to him, and she put his hand on her boob. And what did this man do, Hector? What did he do? He ran away like a wussy, like a wuss. He somehow was able to squirm his way out of that chair and ran out that door. I was like, you are, sir, you are a, censor this out, Hector. You are a bitch. I don't care.
I'm gonna keep that in.
Cause like this is one thing that annoys me. Like okay, like it's one thing if the main protagonist in the harem he's oblivious or he doesn't get it when a girl's coming on to him or whatever. But like if they know what's happening and they still like I don't know, like that was just like bro, any teenage boy would not do that. If I was in that situation, I would not have done that. If I was in that situation, Hector, we would have thrown down,
Oh, I
right?
mean, I'm gonna be honest. If she's coming on to me and she looks as good as that, principal or not principal, student council president, yeah, I'm like,
Right.
let's
It's
get it
done deal,
going.
right?
Yeah,
It's done deal. Why he run away?
yeah. That's the one thing I don't like about harems. Like it's not realistic at all.
It's like
That's the only thing I'll give a credit to another anime show that was in this past season, which was the Peter Grill one. Remember that one that we just dropped because it was like mad wild,
yeah.
um, like that full on etch one. He like the girls came on to him and he like went in. He was like, "Oh, word," and then he
Hey,
actually like did the deed.
shout
Um,
out to that guy.
that's the only plus I'll give that show. Like it was a harem obviously and an etchy harem at that, but like he like full on like
At
committed
least
to the
he
act, and then
right.
afterwards he
It's
was like,
like
"Oh, why did I do it?" But he committed to the act, so it's like
like
I hate when harems like just don't like, bruh. But
like
it
like
depends on the harem though.
it's like okay, sometimes they get interrupted or like I said, the guy's oblivious. There's ways to get around it. But for the guy just not to do it, I'm like, okay, no, we're done here. I'm not gonna watch this anymore. You're gonna have this guy be followed because clearly there's a harem, if not already being set up around this guy, and then the guy clear as day has the opportunity to get funky with it, and he doesn't take it. Why am I watching this for? Right? Like, I the whole sword fighting thing, it's cool or whatever, but clearly that's not your main focus here, or that's not part of your full focus. Like you clearly also have this harem on the side going on, and then you're not gonna go with it. Like you could have had someone knock on the door. It could have been the redhead girl, like, "What are you doing?" and get mad and then beat him up or something. Do something like that type of trope. I don't know. Just having him be like, "Oh my God, I gotta get out of here," and then leaves is just like, "Come on, bro. Like, really? Like, do you like girls?" Question mark. Like if he doesn't like girls, that's fine. I don't care. If he likes guys, he likes guys. But like the way that they're clearly setting this up, he likes girls. And but then a girl's trying to do stuff with him and doesn't want to do it. So you're lying to me, show. You're lying to me. So I don't want to watch the show anymore.
Well, you gave it the 3 episode rule, so that's good enough. So we'll accept that. We'll take it as is. And then yeah, I mean, not really surprised that you did not like it at all.
It wasn't. It's not like I didn't like it at all. Like it it had to. The exposition at the beginning didn't help it, but some of the characters I did enjoy. If I would give this show another chance, or if I want to say, okay, let me check it out again, it would be for the blonde girl, the student council president, and the blue-haired girl. So those are the only two I enjoyed in that show. The redhead girl is annoying. The main guy is a wuss. I don't care about anybody else. So it only would be for those two characters. If I would give it another chance to like keep watching it, but I would rather watch anything else you've recommended me.
I think that's fair. Now on to your recommendation. You gave me the Saga of Tanya the Evil. I
Yes.
am gonna admit, I think I actually had stumbled across this manga before, but so the same thing happened when I watched the first episode. I was like, oh, I think I've seen this before, and afterwards I was like, oh, I was completely and utterly confused for the first episode in general.
Mm.
I was like, is this not season 1? Am I watching season 2 or season 3? Because like they don't explain anything. I know you told me it was an isekai, so I expected the typical episode 1 isekai where the main character dies and gets reincarnated into another world, and they kind of like essentially explain what it is. Like that's just how
Mm.
every isekai show ever ends up. But like, yeah, so I was really expecting them to be like, all right, well, I'm blah blah blah. This is the Japanese world, and this is how I died. And this is the new world that I'm in, and these are the rules, and blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, okay. Episode 1, really, really good. The action scenes were intense.
Mhm.
I really. So right off rip, I'm just gonna say I truly enjoyed the show. It was a really good show. I would honestly say probably top 5 out of the shows you've recommended for
Awesome.
me. The action was fantastic. The way that they explained how the isekai came to be was fantastic. I absolutely hated the guy that got fired and pushed him into the train. Spoiler alert, but I was furious when that happened because I was like, "You snake ass little." I was mad when I saw that, and then I was like, "Oh, that's dope." How he like God essentially came down, froze time, and then they're like, "Yo," God's like, "Ah, you want to challenge me? Bet, little homie."
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah, I really really like this. I think this is gonna be towards the front of the back burner pile of anime, because obviously we're gonna have like a week or two of like kind of a low in anime, obviously because of the new season still coming up and everything. So I'm definitely gonna be watching this. Yeah, I mean, okay, I liked it. I did like it a lot. Like I said, top 5 easily. And yeah, Tanya, definitely check it out, guys. It's a good one.
Okay, okay, okay. Glad to hear it. Glad that you enjoyed it. Do you? So we also got recommended an anime swap by Renegades, a friend of ours. She told us to watch Monster, right? Hector, you saw this?
Yes, I did, and I know Rena. I was gonna say her actual name. Well, her Discord name. Jesus Christ, who cares? I was gonna say her name, which was Renee. Which is she recommended us. She said, "Hey, it's gonna be kind of hard to find. So good luck." But because of my past in the dark web, it was actually really easy to find.
Actually, so this is a anime from 2004, so it's an older anime. It's actually on YouTube, Hector. I found it on YouTube.
Really? Actually,
Yeah.
okay. I saw the link to it, but I never trust YouTube links, so I just went to my typical anime pirate site. Which, for those of you that want to watch it, or if you're Renee, you're listening to this and you want to rewatch it, I will say there are pop-ups on this site, so definitely make sure your pop-up blocker is on. I can't say it's trusted safety wise. So there you go. If you want to go the YouTube route, go ahead, look it up. But I watched it on Go Anime, Go Anime. Just search that up in Google, and I'm sure you'll find it. But yeah,
I watched it on YouTube. So Monster. It is a. I liked it. I only saw the 3 episodes, but I like it. I like what's happening. I like what they're setting up here. It is a. One of the main reasons why I like this show is because the way it's paced. Because so many anime that we watch nowadays, it's fast paced. It's like this and this and this and that. So many things are happening in an episode or two, and just so like storylines and story beats are being hit and left and right and this and that, and the other and the third. This show takes its time setting things up. Like I barely finished episode 3, and I still have no idea what's happening. Like, I feel like we still haven't really hit that the main purpose of the show yet. You know, I feel like it's because it was I feel like it was just 3 episodes. It's just set up, just setting the world for you, and like I feel like now continuing on, it's really going to start hitting it's going to start hitting the real story.
mm.
So that's what I feel that what the show's doing now. Really quickly, Monster is about um, what I've seen. It's following this Japanese surgeon. It's in the 1980s. He's a Japanese surgeon who's working in Germany in a German hospital, right? And he's a young dude, and he's like really good. Like people are saying that he's like a genius level surgeon, right? He's doing like brain surgery and like all these like yeah, no, he's a neurosurgeon. So he does surgery on the brain, and that's one of like the hardest surgeries you can do because your brain controls everything, and you can really screw things up if you're not careful. As a surgeon, when you're doing surgery on the brain, um, so apparently this guy just has like he has like the touch, like he is like amazing at it, like nobody else, right? And one day they ask him, he's about to do surgery on a kid, right? A kid gets shot in the head. It was like I think it was like a break-in or robbery or something like that. The parents I think they get killed, and the little boy gets shot in the head. He's still alive, but he's in critical condition. So they call the main guy in, the Japanese surgeon, like, hey, we need you to do surgery on this kid. There's a bullet lodged in his brain, and they're like, and where it is, it's really difficult. Like this is like really really like high end, like really hard, like a really tough surgery that that we don't even feel like you can do, just because where the bullet is in his brain. So he's getting ready to do the surgery, where one of like his higher ups comes in and is like, hey, we need you to drop this and go perform a different surgery on the mayor of the city. He just had a stroke. Um, but the doctor, the main guy, the main Japanese dude is like, hey, no, I'm gonna do the surgery on this kid because the kid got here first. It's not fair for the kid for me to drop this and go to take the surgery for the mayor just because he's the mayor. So the main guy decides to do the surgery on the kid, and the kid survives, right? And he's recovering or whatever. But the mayor dies. The mayor of the city dies because whoever was doing the surgery they weren't good at it, pretty much, right? They weren't as good enough to save the man's life, pretty much, right? So then the chief of surgery, not the chief of surgery, like what's it called, the director of the hospital, like the main, like the superiors, pretty much of the hospital. They started like talking smack to him, to the main surgery dude. It's like, bro, how can you do this? Like you let this man die, so on and so forth. Like he got demoted, and but like doo doo hit the fan for this guy, pretty much, right? Like he got demoted, his fiance left him, like a bunch of bad things just was happening to him back to back to back to back. It all revolved around his decision to do the surgery on the kid instead of the mayor. So then, he's devastated, goes out, gets a drink, he's all night getting drunk. And then the next day, he wakes up and finds out that his three superiors, who, kind of pretty much ruined his life, um, were killed. Someone killed these guys, and he has no idea what happened. The funeral happens, and the detective starts asking him questions like, "Hey, man, like, do you know what happened here?" And then he's like, "Bro, I don't know what happened. Like, I got drunk. I went home. Like, I have no idea what I don't know how any of these guys died, pretty much, right?" So then, let's take a quick recap of like the first episodes. Episode three. There's a 9 year gap. There's a 9 year fast forward in time. The main Japanese guy, he's like the head surgeon at the German hospital. He's still there working or whatever. He's like the main guy pretty much. Everybody looks up to him. He is like next in line to become like the director of the whole hospital. He's pretty much like proving on his life or whatever. And then there's there's some other murders happening, things like that, and it's somehow it looks like the murders are happening now are somehow connected to. I think that's what was happening. There's something that's happening now. 9 years later, it's somehow going to be connected to what happened in the past, and it somehow revolves around this doctor, pretty much. We don't know how, we don't know with who, we don't know. There's no information given on how that's happening. Well, that's what the show is kind of like pointing towards you. It's like, hey, something's happening now that's going to connect that happened 9 years ago, and here we go. We're going to find out what's going on. The show, it literally it's setting you up. But like what the show does, which I really enjoy, is that it kind of gives you this sense of, I want to say paranoia, but like uneasiness, right? Just the way some of these people were just complete jerks. First of all, some of these doctors were, and his fiance, there was just a bunch of a holes. Um, but like on top of that, like there's like this almost like there's a sense of dread or like melancholy or something like that, like with this show. Just the way the music in the background, uh, the way that plays out, the colors they use, it's very bland, it's very gray, it's very, subdue the coloring of scenes and things like that. You know, uh, there's not jokes, there's people not cracking jokes left and right. It's very serious, it's very grounded. These are not enemy characters. These are people being put, in the show or whatever. It's like it's it's a show that it's telling you, hey, I'm not here to joke around. I'm not here to make you laugh. This is serious here. Like you're gonna go on a ride. This is gonna be. We're gonna go through some things, pretty much. Like where I'm gonna make you feel uneasy. I'm gonna make you feel weird. I'm gonna make you feel sad. I'm gonna make you angry. Like you're gonna go through emotions in this show. Like that's what I'm getting from this. That's what I'm like. I feel just from those three episodes. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like this show is not playing around. That's the feeling that I get, and I can't wait to see more of this show. Like I'm for sure like 100% on board with the show.
Yeah, I will say I wasn't expecting you to describe every single episode. I thought it was gonna be more of a brief description, but yeah, I mean, so for me, I really really enjoyed it. Like surprisingly, I would say episode one, uh, I was hooked just because I was really mad at the characters. I was really really mad at like
It
the
was
director.
it almost felt like it wasn't real. Who acts like this? Like I was just like, excuse me, like, are these like how? It just took me by surprise how they were acting, pretty much.
Yeah, I was like in utter shock, and then
Like they didn't feel. It's like they weren't human. Like they had no empathy or whatever.
Yeah, like I was legit like pissed watching the show, and then that was like a huge like hook, and that got me hook, line, and sinker. Because in episode 2, once they died, I was extremely happy. I was like,
I was happy, dude.
I was dancing
like,
around,
good.
say fuck that
exactly,
bitch. I was saying
dude.
all this stuff, like
Yup, yup. Oh, in the scene where the his fiance, which is the daughter of the one of the superiors that died, she comes back to him because she broke off the engagement with him. She comes back, she's like, I'm sorry, I need you back in my life. And that man said, nope, out of my face, girl.
that
And
was
left her
such
behind.
a satisfying moment too. I was
I,
so happy
I
with
was
that. I
like,
was like,
yes,
yes, yes,
yes.
queen,
Go,
yes.
you go, King. You go, King. Shout out to him for that one.
But yeah, I mean, in general, Renee, you knocked this one out the park. This was fantastic. Absolutely love the
Yeah.
show. Fantastic recommendation, guys. That was the only thing that kind of turned me off was the animation, but then obviously knowing that it's a super old anime, no duh. Um, but other than that, like
I don't have. Mhm.
oh, I would say like other than that, it's like it's not a huge issue. I kind of dealt with it. And that sounds kind of bad, but it really wasn't that big of an issue. That was really my only thing that I would say I wasn't a huge fan of, but I mean, I've watched animes in that kind of style before, so it's not nothing that, I just like the modern animations. But the content of the anime was fantastic. So like it literally like I forgot about it within the first few seconds of watching it because I was like, oh, like damn, I'm actually hooked into the show.
I have no problem with the animation because, or the way they look, or whatever,
The quality of it,
because,
there you go.
because it's not, it's not a flashy anime, right? They're not in mech suits. They're not superheroes. They're not superpowers. So I don't expect it to be over the top with the animation and things like that. So I have no problem with the way it looks. I think it fits. I think it fits the tone of the show perfectly. This is the way it looks. Um, no, yeah, this is great, and it's really rare. Well, for at least for me, for me to like a show this much, where I don't see nothing's happened because there's a lot that happened between these 3 episodes, but where I still don't really know what's happening, right? Because honestly, watching these 3 episodes, we really don't know what's happening. All we know that some people died, and then some time has passed.
I mean, I could kind of see where it's going. 'Cause, big
Could
brain.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, what's happening? What's gonna happen?
My okay. So you know how I said like there's a monster coming. And like how they're saying like it's a serial killer's kind of coming. Notice how like the main character kept saying like he's tired, and my thing like the thing that kind of popped in my head immediately is it kind of has like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where like he says he's tired and he doesn't really sleep, but like he has like this alter ego where he's like a serial killer and a murderer and things like that, and like all the terrible things that people do, kind of like or talk about and like do it behind people's backs and like have like ulterior motives, like they stick in his head, and then when he thinks he's sleeping, he really just flips to his other character and goes in on a murdering spree. That's what I think is happening. Renee, if you hear this, or when you hear this, whatever the case, please, like in a maybe like a little like Facebook Messenger, put me and Rafa in a chat and let us know of what you thought of like this little review, or in the Discord channel too, either one. But yeah, like I want to know what you think, and let me know if I'm close. That would be super dope.
I can see that, but
That's my
I'm
guess.
not.
Oh, I also don't like that inspector that kept twitching his freaking
That
fingers.
guy's a beast. What are you talking
I
about?
I was so annoyed by that character.
What? He's so cool. How are you annoyed by him?
He just seems like that Poindexter kid that you just want to punch in the face. Like every time he
Oh,
came
'cause
on
he's
screen, I just wanted
smart?
to punch him in the face. No, no,
No,
he's
dude,
just an
he's a
annoying.
G.
He's just an annoying
No, he's a
character.
G. He's a G. No, you're wrong. You're 100% wrong.
Nah, he was annoying.
No, you're wrong because he's super cool because he remembers everything. He's like he remembers everything.
He's
First
a
of all,
human computer. That explanation
he's
was so dumb.
that's so cool. Oh my god. Like he remembers everything. Like that's so awesome. Like he like and he's like oh my god. He's like those I don't want to say autistic, but like
Jesus Christ.
not in a bad way. No, hold up. Stop. Not in a bad way. But like you know when someone I'm pretty sure I'm using the term correctly. Like when someone's autistic where they have like one thing they're really really good at, right? Like they're
I don't
like
know if it's
genius level.
autism. I don't know if it's something else, but I know what you're talking about. I know what you're referring to.
Right. So like he has something like that, I feel like. You know?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Like he just has an amazing memory, right? And he could call back to it at any time and pull up any information that he heard. Like dude, like oh my god. He even said like of all of my cases, the one that involves you, Japanese surgeon, that's the only one that has not been solved yet. But all my cases eventually get solved. That's what he said. And like he like even the 9 years later where he's moved on and doing on other cases, I bet you he still has that in his mind, like ready to catch his man because he thinks that the surgeon did it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for to see what that man does. That was so cool. I just like this guy's awesome. I liked him a lot. Like I don't know how you not like him. Just because you're a dumb dumb.
He's just annoying to me. Like that's it. Like I
Nah,
think that
dude.
that he's like on the I guess serial killer's tail and like things like that. Like I get it, I understand, but at the same time, like he just as a character is annoying to me. Um,
Nah, dude.
yeah,
Nah,
that's about
bro.
it.
He's wrong about that one. But anyways, thank you so much, Renee, for that recommendation. Clearly, Hector and I enjoyed it a lot. Um, with this recommendation, what else we got recommended by the viewers? I know John recommended something. What did John recommend?
Did he? I'm gonna be
No,
honest,
he gave
I
us.
don't know.
No, he did. He did give us a recommendation, like for one for me, one for you, when he was on here, when he was a guest.
Oh,
Josue
Josue
recommended
gave
some.
us one. Obviously, Alex, the movie that he made us watch, the worst
Right,
anime I've ever
that was the
watched.
worst one ever. But well, I can't remember what Jose asked us to watch.
It
I'm
was the
forgetting
bicycle anime.
the bicycle one, which was great. Shout out to Jose for that one. But as of right now, honestly,
Renee takes the cake.
Renee
No,
has the best one. Renee
like
has the best
I will say,
recommendation.
the only person that's close to it is John because I actually
It's
finished No
John.
Game No Life. Um,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, dude, this one takes the cake. Like Renee, like I said, you knocked the ball out the park. Like this one's
This
fantastic.
yeah, like I was saying, for me to like a show this much with where kind of nothing has really happened, like it's really barely it barely is finishing the setup. Like I'm all about the show. It's great. It's like John, it's Renee, then John, then Josue, and then Alex. Alex is at last and
Alex will
recommendations.
forever be last. I don't
Yeah,
care if there's like a worse anime. Like the fact that
there's nothing.
there's no worse. There's no
There's
worse.
no way. There's nothing out there that could top or yeah, they can't top the piece of dog doo doo that anime was. But anyways, so we can start wrapping things up here. Hector, what is your anime swap recommendation for me this
Ooh,
week?
ooh, ooh. So this one is actually pretty good time wise because it involves a new season that's going to be coming out for this fall, set of anime for the year. It is called The Irregular at Magic High School. I don't know if you've
Um,
watched it or not. I hope you haven't.
I don't think so.
So let me give you the quick synopsis of it. Essentially, it is another Kirito character where he's all powerful, all knowing. However, he has his limitations. He cannot really use his full potential because he enrolled into a high school in order to protect his sister, who they kind of have this weird brother sister kind of love. It's very awkward, but they never cross the line. Let me just say there, they never cross the line. It's more of the brother uses that as a joke. He's like, I have thought before, if Miyuki wasn't my sister, I'd want her as my lover. And then they say that as a joke because some characters are oblivious to them joking, while the others that are more intelligent, I guess, understand that they're joking. And they'll even make the quick little snippet of like, oh, they'll like, let's say me and you know that they're joking, and like John doesn't know that they're joking. Like I will tell you like, oh, blah blah blah, you better be careful because although me and Rafa may know you're joking, John over here doesn't know that you're joking. And then John's like beat red, like in utter shock, glasses all misty because he sees that they're like really close together and stuff like that. So like it's a really great show. Literally the first two episodes are fantastic. I actually really really like them. The characters are really easy to like. I think it's definitely more girl driven. For sure. The main character, like when he has his badass moments, like it's badass. But he doesn't have much of a personality, if you get what I'm saying. Like, and you understand kind of why within the first or second episodes. But yeah, it's very very Rent a Girlfriend-esque, where like the girls kind of drive the show and just things like that. And it's harem-esque, but it never like crosses the harem line where like every girl's in love with them and like they want to be with them. It's more like they all like them, but like they know there's no competition because it's the sister brother dynamic duo type stuff. But I mean, yeah, it's really really cool. I don't want to say second, but I think like third or the newest season's coming out very very soon for this fall. So I have fully rewatched it. I just finished like a day or two ago, and I'm super excited for the new season. So hopefully you like this one. Definitely excited to hear what you think.
Okay. So have you seen the show called School Life?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So it's about these four girls, high school girls, and they're in a club in a high school. And they go on wacky adventures.
So I'm gonna pause you
Yay!
right there. Anybody surprised that Rafa yet again gives us another anime about high school girls doing high school things, wacky stuff? But go ahead, Rafa. Talk to us about it.
There there is a twist. The show does have a twist. Don't look it up, Hector. Don't look it up right now. If you're doing that.
I'm not going to. Don't
Stop it.
worry.
Stop it. Don't look it up, okay? Because the show does have a twist, and I don't know. I think it shows you the twist in the first episode. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I kind of don't want to tell you anything about it because this twist is pretty great. It's a pretty fun twist. So I'm kind of. Let me think about it. Hey, let me see. Should I tell you about it?
If you think
Or
it's
should
gonna
I?
ruin my experience and make me, it's gonna dock points if I know ahead of time, then I say don't. I'd rather just be surprised by it.
Well, I don't think it will like ruin it for you. You know, like if even if I tell you, I'm pretty sure you're still gonna enjoy it somewhat. But like, I feel like it would be better if I don't tell you about it and you just kind of experience it yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna I'm gonna keep it hush hush. Hush everybody else listening. We're not gonna say a single thing. We shh shh. Okay, listeners, people who know what I'm talking about. Shh. We're gonna let Hector experience this one on his own. All I'm gonna say is about four girls who who hang out after school in their club room, and then shenanigans ensue. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow, that's the shortest description Rafa has ever given us on anything he said in this pod.
this is this like okay. So it's like I'm
That
describing.
doesn't mean to tell me, Rafa. I'm just
I'm not
saying.
gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just saying. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm describing part of the show. Okay. There's a different part. There's a different part of the show that goes with it, but that's part of the twist. So like I can't tell you that part. I want you to experience it. Okay, so it's on Crunchyroll. Okay, so when you go and watch it, Hector, listen to me, Hector. Listen to me. When you go and watch it, when you go on Crunchyroll and you click on it, School Life, episode one, do not read the description or anything like that. Just go straight into episode one and just watch it. Okay.
Loud and clear.
All right, good. Okay, because then like, heck, I'm telling you, dude, I'm telling you, it's like if you go in blind, the twist is gonna be so much better. It's gonna be chef kiss, you know, like I kind when I went to watch this anime, I kind of knew a little bit what was gonna happen, and when it did happen, I was like, oh, that's cool. I wish I didn't know going into this, so. Please don't spoil yourself. Just go in blind.
I will not.
Okay?
I'll go in completely blind. I promise.
Good. Good. And so, look at that, Hector. Once again, we are at the end. We're at the end road here. At the end game. Whew, what a podcast. Hopefully, all you beautiful listeners out there enjoyed yourselves as much as we enjoyed recording it. Thank you so much, Hector, for being my co-host.
Thank you.
Thank you to Pedro, Renee, John, and Josue for the anime recommendations and topics that were given to us. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you guys hitting us up on all the platforms that you guys always hit us up on. Thank you to all you beautiful listeners out there who on any platform you listen to us on. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for the likes, for the comments, for the subscribes, for everything that you guys do, for all the shares. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Really quickly, just once again, check out the Twitter at Bento Boxcast. That's the main one. Check out my Twitter. It's at MeTalkAnime. Check out Hector's Twitter. It's Ultra_VMan. Now, before I finish wrapping everything else up, Hector, do you have anything to say to the beautiful listeners before we close things down?
No, just a final shout out really to the boys over at the Play-In Pod with Geek Jar and all them, and as well, if you guys are looking for some quality t-shirts, you know we plug them every single time, but it's because it's really worth the time to do it, guys. Check out 3upprints.com. They do some great t-shirts over there, and yeah, I mean, definitely check them out. I think they said they're going to be dropping a new collection sometime soon, maybe for the spooky season. You never know, but just keep an eye out on that.
Yes, sir. I have
yeah.
I have the inside scoop. Right, dude, I got my ear to the streets. They are going to be putting out some exclusive, limited edition, limited time shirts for the spooky season, for the Halloween season. So, if you guys are interested in that, go check them out. 3upprints.com, my guys.
Yes, sir. Oh, also, last but not least, check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/UltraVman. That's about it. I mean, you heard the plug before, so I'm just gonna say it one more time. That's about it. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Love it. Anyways, guys, really quickly, just a quick reminder for everybody listening out there, just in case you forgot. You know, we got you. Don't even worry about it. Check us out. If you're on the run, if you're on the go, if you're super busy, you can't sit down and watch us on YouTube, we got you. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on any other platform associated with the Anchor account. So if you're busy, you're on the run, you can listen to us. You can put your phone in your pocket. You can put the Bluetooth on your car and the car radio and all that stuff. We got you. Don't even worry about it. But let's say you're at home, you're washing the dishes, you got your laptop out. You know, you're eating food, you're doing whatever you're doing, but you got your laptop, you got your computer, you're on your Xbox, you got time to sit back and relax. Check us out on YouTube, okay? At Bento Boxcast on YouTube, all right, my fellers, all right, my lady fellers. Go ahead and hit that like down below if you like the video, if you like the podcast. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already subscribed, and if you have subscribed, go ahead and hit the little bell icon to get notified every single time a video comes out. Because by every Friday, by at least noon, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, the newest edition of the Bento Boxcast is out. So you bring in the weekend with some delicious, yummy tasting anime goodness for you every single Friday, okay? And if you want to get that shout out, if you want to be more interactive with us and have us talk about what you want to talk about, whatever topic, whatever anime, whatever, if you just want to shout out whatever you want us to talk about, put it in the comments. Let us know on Twitter. We will bring it up. We will give you that shout out. Just as long as it's not spam, we got to. You already know how we do it up in here. that is it. I'm done plugging all my things in. Hector plugged all his things in. We have nothing else to talk about. That's it, Hector. I got nothing else, dude. I'm done, dude. Say bye to the people.
Bye,
My
everybody. Thanks for watching
guy.
and listening. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.